We're looking at the Denon DJ MC4000. Now let's imagine you like MCs. You know, you're a DJ, you're going out to a party and you've got a couple of friends who are wicked MCs. Then just hold tight. First of all, let's have a look at some of the crazy features we can get on the MC4000. Now, it comes with Serato software as standard. So pretty much get the program on your laptop. Of course, make sure all the drivers are working and you're good to go. Let's have a look at the front of the 4000. We have two inputs for headphones. So not only can you use mini jack, you can use 1/4 inch jack. Now this here is for mixing the music. So in other words, if you want to just listen to what you're cueing, you can do that. Alternatively, by moving this dial, you can also listen to the overall mix as well. And here is your volume for your headphones. Split cue on and off. So in other words, if you want to maybe listen to one side or both sides on the headphones, use your split cue. Now this is where it comes interesting. Remember I told you about the MCs? All right. We have two microphone inputs. Now these dials here are for your low and your high, and this one here is for the mic echo. Now again, any MCs out there that want a little bit of echo on their microphone, no problem, because the 4000 will do it for you. Up the top here, top left hand corner, we have the microphone volume for channel 1 and also channel 2. Now this is one of the great features because there's not just one microphone input, there's two. And also, if you want to maybe increase the volume on one MC, take the other one down a bit, you can do that. So you've got different volumes for both microphones. But let's have a look at the DJ side. Okay, we have two turntables. So yes, you can do a bit of scratching if you're a scratch turntablist. Pitch control here, you can slow and speed up the track. And you can set how much you want to slow it down and speed it up. But of course, there you need to check out and look into the software. This button here is for key lock. So let's imagine while you're speeding the track up, you want to speed the track up, but you don't want to increase the sound, the key of the track. Then make sure you've got key lock engaged. Pitch bend, what you can do here is you can, without having to use the pitch control, you can slow the track down a bit by pressing the minus, or by pressing the plus, you can speed the track up. But by pressing these buttons, you'll be able to slow and speed the track, slow the track down and speed it up. But once you stop pressing them, the track will go to its original speed. Shift button here is to take away any hot cues you've already made. So for example, if you want to set a hot cue during the track, you can press one of the pads. Once that hot cue has been set and recorded, press the hot cue again and it will go back to that point in the track. So let's imagine you're at the beginning of some vocals, or maybe you're at the beginning of a drop. Press a pad, set that hot cue, and every time you press that, it will go back to the drop, or it will go back to the beginning of the drop, the end of the drop, wherever you set it. If you want to get rid of that, press Shift, press that hot cue again, and now that has been taken away and you can re-record a new hot cue. Now, the actual turntable itself can be used in two modes. You can use it in what we call like a vinyl mode. So if you put your hand on the top, you can move the track forward and back by physically having your hand on that turntable. So you can start to do maybe a bit of scratching. Alternatively, you can also, if you go into the settings of the program, you can use this in what we call jog mode. You can also assign effects here on 1, 2 and 3. Now depending on what effects you've got, again you need to go to the software, is depending on which effect you assign to 1, 2 or 3. And these are your controls, the volume controls for your effects. If we have a look at the center of the 4000, we have our volume controls for each deck. Above there, we have this dial here, which is for our filter. Now, the filter, in my mind, is probably one of the best effects of all time, and that's why it's slap bang in the middle of the 4000. Bass, mid, and treble. Now, these dials here are used to separate and enhance or decrease the bass, mid, or the treble. So while you're in the mix, you can turn the bass up or turn it down and get a smooth transition from one track to the other. We have 4 sample pads. And here, right at the top center, this is where pretty much sort of the brains of the 4000 is. By turning this dial, we can search through folders and files. When you're good to go and you've selected a file, press one of these 2 buttons, and by pressing one of these buttons, that will load the file to the appropriate side. So press here on the left and it will load to the left side. Press here on the right and it will load to the right side. Perhaps you're not that good at beat matching, then no problem, because if you press sync, that will automatically match the beats of the 2 tracks that you're bringing into the mix. Press sync again, and of course that will disengage the sync feature. Top left-hand corner, we have our master output. So just make sure you set that correctly, because if it's set too high, then you could have a lot of sound coming out your speakers, and you don't want to blow your speakers up. This dial here is for your booth output. Now that is your own monitor system, and below here, below the booth, is your auxiliary volume control. Now, as I said earlier, that's great if you want to maybe add an external CD player. Top left-hand corner, we have the volume for microphone 1. Below that, volume for microphone 2. Press this button here, and this will engage the echo. Press this, and this is talk over. Now that's great. Let's say, for example, you're playing some music, it's quite loud, and you want to just say something without the music being too loud. Press that button, and it will reduce the volume of the music while you're talking on the microphone, and then as soon as you take your finger off, the music will go back to its original volume. Let's just have a look at the back of the 4000. We have here a plug to power up. So, of course, the 4000 will come with its own power supply. On off, a lockable USB that will go to your computer. And here we have booth out. So, for example, if you're going to be using this in a nightclub, you'll need your own booth system. And if the nightclub has got their own little PA, that's where you will go from here to your own booth, to your own PA system. This is the master out, which is XLR. Here we have unbalanced output, which is basic RCA, and this is auxiliary. Now let's imagine you've got an external CD player. You can plug that in using the auxiliary input here. This is microphone number 2, which is basic 1/4-inch jack, and microphone 1, which is XLR, and also dead center 1/4-inch jack as well. So there you go. A good look at the Denon DJ MC4000. Great for a mobile DJ, a nightclub DJ, and also a bedroom DJ. And go and check it out at bax-shop.com. Practice and enjoy.